When you've lived in the same place for 46 years and ridden motorcycles that whole time, there's not too much adventure around if you only want to go away for a couple of days. So there are not too many bitumen roads that we haven't explored. And this is one of our usual rides. We're just going up to Gloucester. And we're going to laze around for a couple of days. But we take the minor roads as much as possible, even though it's a little bit longer. I love riding through farming country on these small back roads. And as I ride along, I get the odd waft of fresh cow poo. I grew up on a dairy farm, so the smell of fresh cow poo always brings fond memories. Of course, I'm not riding on my own. I've got my best riding buddy with me. I'm certainly a fortunate little Vegemite to have a wife that also enjoys riding and will put up with camping in a tent. We're both in our mid-60s, so you can't accuse us of being in prime physical fitness. Nevertheless, we still have a tiny little bit of energy left to be able to balance on a motorcycle and camp in a tent. But that doesn't mean that we rough it. It's morning tea time, and we're stopping at Stroud. You've seen this little place in previous videos, and it's one of our favourite stopping off places. It's run by a community of people, and it's really kept beautiful. The food, the coffee and the scones are just perfect. And as you can see from the video, I've probably had 1 or 2 scones more than I really need. It's a constant wonderment to me that, regardless of that, Wendy still loves me. Ah yes, proper tea leaves in a teapot. Perfect. Much better than the old dunking tea bag syndrome. We're off on the road again on the main Buckets Way. We're fortunate to not have too much traffic today, and the weather's perfect, and so is the scenery. I couldn't count the number of times that we've ridden through and stopped at Gloucester. But we still enjoy coming here. The mountains in front of us are called the Buckets, and we're heading towards the Caravan Park for our 2-night stopover. No danger, no hardship, just pure luxury. And gobs of relaxation. An unpowered site for 2 nights, thank you. The Caravan Park usually has plenty of green grass to pitch a tent on, and we've ordered a fire pit and some firewood for the 2 nights. Can't camp without fire. Well, of course you can, but it makes it so much nicer to be able to sit around a campfire at night. And it looks like I'll be able to sniff up some of that nice fresh cow poo with the cows on the other side of the fence. We're not take the minimum campers. We like our luxuries, and that includes the tent. It's an inexpensive tent, but it's large. It's got a proper heavyweight floor and plenty of room for all our stuff. We've bought our big, warm sleeping bags because it's supposed to be a bit cool this weekend. None of our gear is expensive, but it does the job. Camping priorities for me are a decent air mattress, a warm sleeping bag, a comfortable chair, and a comfortable pillow. And this is why we have such a big tent. Because we're old farts, it's really nice to be able to stand up in the tent to be able to get dressed and undressed. Wendy wouldn't drop her trousers to demonstrate, so here's me putting my riding trousers on. I'm 190 centimetres. Did I mention cows? Oh, here they are, just on the other side of the fence. Very inquisitive. So cute. It's a pity they also taste good. When camping, our practice is to just bring the essentials like tea and coffee, etc., and then walk into town and buy stuff to make for dinner. We arrived here just after lunch, so we bought a couple of snot slices and some fizzy drink, then some cream wafers and some shapes for later. For dinner, we're having chunky beef and vegetable, and for dessert, some creamed rice. Some instant mashed potato will go well with that chunky beef and vegetable. And bananas to go with the creamed rice. It's simple food but tasty, and it does the job. Chunky. And here's the end result. A big dob of instant mashed potato in the chunky beef and vegetable, and the creamed rice and banana for dessert. Perfect. Now we can sit round the fire and enjoy the serenity. It was cool but not freezing overnight, and the day dawned misty, still and quiet. No stress involved in this camping experience for these little Vegemites. So breakfast is an uncomplicated affair of instant oats, fruit and coffee. We went for a day ride and had lunch out in the local area, but that's covered in another video. After returning from our ride, we took a walk into town and bought some stuff for dinner. So what have we got in the bag? Some instant rice, some ready-made curry sauce, to cook the chicken in. Chicken curry. Sounds alright. And some cream to go in the curry sauce, just to make it that extra fat and juicy. And some chocolate mousses for dessert. So I cut up the chicken, fry the pieces, and then put it into the sauce to simmer. Smells good. Looking good too. And tasting good. It's a winner. And because I did the cooking, Wendy gets to do the washing up. Good deal. Chocolate mousse isn't my favourite. It's a bit like eating nothing. It looks good, but it leaves you wanting more. So following the no stress, no rush theme, we sit around and read books on our phones. Or just sit and watch the cows in the paddock. As the sun sets, it's time for a nice cup of tea. Then sit round the fire and stare at the flames while the full moon glows above us. It's another misty morning as we start to pack up, but it's been a beaut 2 days away and it's time to head home again. This type of outing may not be an adventure, but for us, this is living.